Reborn as the third Warden Heir, the Academy ticket ignites in his palm. Miyu clamps the parchment, eyes hard, vows to dodge the cursed school, while his family already schemes his enrollment. Miyu hunches over a cramped desk, ink seeping into his fingertips as he copies ancient runes. He sighs, eyes the night sky, and whispers that magic could be his safest escape. The academy looms like a distant storm. Miyu stares up at Ain Roga's marble spires, sunrise flooding them with fire. He swallows disbelief, remembering his past as a lowly knight. The vast courtyard calls his destiny. A clerk reads his name on the enrollment scroll. He smirks, dubbing his noble rank a prize for surviving his past life grind. The notion fuels his hunger for an effortless future. Yet the family's inheritance statutes loom, demanding his obedience. Miyu's grin wanes as the Warden law resurfaces. The firstborn claims all, younger heirs scrape for scraps. As the third child, his survival hinges on choice. He must choose swords or magic. A questioning voice probes his swordsman ambitions. Miyu shakes his head, rejecting the blade. He declares magic, not steel, will forge his destiny. Miyu proclaims his future. A mage, the safest road. He sits upright, eyes locked, clutching the family crest brooch.
The patriarch strides to Miyu, praising his raw talent. Miyu smiles, convinced his shortcut will triumph. Overconfidence swells before the academy's gate. He still hasn't faced the first trial. Miyu faces the academy gate, addressing the stern instructor who barred his magic. He thanks the mentor for protection, admits the warning was wise, and vows to respect caution.
You halted my magic. You warned it was dangerous.
He still wonders how the Void Core will reshape his destiny. The gatekeeper gestures toward the mountain pass, warning that no servants or horses may cross the marker. He stresses the rule to prevent transport abuse, leaving Miyu to travel alone. Miyu's eyes widen. He lifts his hand, feeling a strange pulse at his skull. He whispers, "Mind magic?" as a faint glow spreads from his temples, unveiling a latent power.
Mind magic, I can't believe it.
This revelation could reshape his standing among peers. Rin steps forward, brows knotted. She looks at Miyu, voice trembling. They wield that magic on noble children without question? The rumors aren't false, are they? Fear of academy cruelty surfaces.
They use magic on noble kids. Rumors true.
Miyu senses stakes rising as whispers echo. Luna joins, eyes blazing with defiance.
Miyu slams his notebook shut, eyes blazing, and storms the Academy's main hall with Luna and Rin, his newly awakened mind magic crackling as they confront Headmaster June's ruthless decree. The trio stakes everything: Miyu's family honor, Luna's defiant pride, Rin's trembling hope, bearing the crushing weight of a system that commodifies slaves and threatens to erase their very souls. Headmaster June's booming command drives the crowd forward, leaving the fate of the opening day's trial, Miyu's hidden skull power, and the mountain burial rumor hanging on a razor-thin edge. Only the top 1% of readers make it this far. Prove you're one of them. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. The 97th prince disappears in a flash, and the Academy spell ignites the Empire's wrath. Guards surge forward, candles sputter, whispers of a cursed omen ripple through the courtyard. The Empire now teeters on the brink of an Imperial crisis. He strides toward the Warden, eyes narrowed, and demands, "Li Han is from your lineage, correct?" The Warden bows his head, confirming the blood tie and revealing a shadow of concealed loyalty.
Li Han belongs to your family, right?
Bella steps forward, extending a perilous alliance. Bella rises before the assembly, arms wide, and proclaims, "Our academy hones talent and welcomes gatherings. Echo erupts in fury, accusing the prince of spurning his offer and now consorting with ardent art. The outburst exposes raw political tension, inflating the rivalry.
He rejected my offer. Now he's talking to Ardent Art. Insult.
Ardent Art steps forward, attempting to quell the dispute. He reveals Ardent Art as the 44th Imperial Princess, highlighting her rank to remind all of her formidable influence. This underscores the stakes of protecting her.
Ardent Art is the 44th princess of the Imperial family.
The group readies themselves to defend the princess. Echo scoffs, noting that crowds flock to Ardent Art for her imperial elegance, a stark contrast to the prince's perceived lack. The Lich raises its skeletal arm, cracking the stone gate wide open. Dark tendrils ooze out, coiling toward the banquet guests. Adam unleashes a blinding spell, striking the creature. A massive banner drapes above the banquet table, emblazoned with the bold red code Food Dash to announce the night's special dish. The feast readies to begin even as the Lich watches. Bella sets a steaming platter before the prince, gesturing invitingly. She smiles, hoping the nourishment eases his travel fatigue and lifts his spirits.
Enjoy this. I hope it relieves your travel fatigue.
He bites the first slice, feeling flavors surge through his veins.
The Lich shatters the stone gate, releasing writhing darkness as Adam's blinding spell collides, searing the creature. The banquet erupts into chaos, tables overturning and guests screaming. Adam feels his resolve sharpen as the hearty feast revitalizes his body, while the scorned student's mockery fuels his desperation to prove his worth despite inferior gear. His aura flares brighter, ready for the next clash. The lingering Lich watches, a hidden rune flickers on the ledger, and the Academy announces a grueling new wand trial, leaving Adam teetering between triumph and annihilation. Shadows lengthen as the night deepens.
You got lucky finding this video. Don't rely on luck twice. Subscribe to Manwa with Heir. First years scramble for crumbs while seniors chant death-cursed incantations. The Academy's hidden rites threatening every soul. A gaunt freshman hunches over an empty lunch tray, a torn notebook clutched like a lifeline. A senior sneers, indifferent to the hunger. Lee Han strides forward, eyes sweeping the restless assembly. The dorm corridors brim with sagging bunks, cracked desks crowded by whispering students. The warden drifts by, eyes locked on the shimmering barrier that seals them in. Lee Han freezes, his dragon scale armor catching the light. A restless freshman eyes the exit, contemplating a desperate signal to the outside. A first year leans against the stone wall, his gaze flicking toward the distant gate. Determined, the group bolts toward the dormitory block, hoping to claim a room before seniors seize them. They sprint to the dorm gates. Their rush risks drawing the warden's patrol. Whispers spread about the prestigious Blue Dragon Tower, a sanctuary for those bearing noble dragon blood. Only elite lineages and respected nobles like Lee Han may dwell there. The tower's allure tempts the newcomers. A senior references the ever-burning Phoenix Tower, a furnace of raw elemental might, and the hidden Black Tower where the warden conducts experiments. Both monoliths dominate the Academy skyline. The Black Tower's mystery prickles the students' curiosity. The first-year cohort scrambles into the low-rank dorms. Upper-class seniors glance down, hissing insults. A trembling freshman shouts, "Lee Han, how could you abandon a prince?" Then quickly apologizes, realizing his accusation was reckless. The outburst underscores Lee Han's duty toward the Academy's elite. The apology hangs as the warden finally raises his voice. A freshman steps forward, urging Lee Han to address the earlier dispute, muttering that he's forced to endure endless whining. The plea refocuses the crowd. Lee Han's next words could ignite the debate. Lee Han lifts his chin, bellowing a warning about the palace's strict no-exit rule, reminding all that the walls watch every step. His threat freezes the freshmen.
You cannot leave the palace.
The freshmen scramble, fearing punishment. Lee Han steps forward, eyes narrowing at the glinting gate. He mutters, "That?" His surprise reveals a hidden shortcut that could alter their route.
That.
The group must now decide whether to venture into the unknown passage.
Lee Han uncovers a glinting gate, his gasp revealing a hidden shortcut that could reroute the party away from the brewing scandal, offering a risky escape. Arya feels her family's honor slipping as rumors flare, while Lee Han's smug dominance crushes the freshman's hope, pushing emotional stakes to a breaking point. The gate pulses ominously, promising escape, yet senior council guards loom and the freshman hesitates, leaving the group's fate hanging on a perilous choice.
You're not just watching a recap, you're joining a movement. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. A rogue spell detonates in the central courtyard, splintering stone arches and sending shards raining down. The academy's outer walls shudder, black shadows spill inside, and terrified students dive for shelter. Chaos drives every freshman into the tiny dormitory hall. Lee Han's clenched jaw hints at a storm brewing. Lee Han gestures at the cramped dorm, shaking his head. "Even the servants' quarters are roomier," he mutters. The newcomer sighs, complaining about the hard beds, the suffocating gnaws at their concentration.
Our servants' building feels bigger than this.
A sudden breach looms, forcing them to hunt for the vanished classroom. A dutiful clerk bows, welcoming a fresh first-year mage. Yen steps forward, pointing at the alchemy bench and proclaims his purpose. "I will master alchemy," he shouts, sealing his dedication to the craft.
I want to learn alchemy.
Yan's ambition drives him straight toward the lab. Yen spreads his arms, recounting his lifelong fascination with alchemy, proclaiming his dream to open a workshop that furnishes the Imperial Palace. "That's the ultimate goal," he declares.
My dream is a workshop for the Imperial Palace.
Lee Han listens, intrigued by a potential partnership. Lee Han leans in, proposing a partnership, then cautions, "Running an alchemy shop is grueling. Let's rethink the plan. This could steer their future alliance." Yen frowns, confronting the headmaster. "Why hasn't Einroga, the infamous troll trainer, been mentioned?" He probes, hinting the missing supplies may tie to his concealed classroom. The group readies to hunt the hidden monster hall.
But what about Einroga?
The students glance at the dim dorm ceiling, the clock still stuck at early morning. Muscles ache from sleeplessness. They realize the night will drag on, stalling any plan. Fatigue ignites the next heated debate. Lee Han grumbles about gnawing hunger, sleeplessness, splintered beds, and coarse clothes. The group groans, sharing the dorm's misery. Their frustration fuels a desperate search for a remedy.
We're starving, can't sleep, beds hurt, clothes are rough.
The troll leans toward an empty food tray, sniffs, then growls, "Unless I'm starving." It eyes the students, then steps back, calm for now. The group notes the creature's hunger could spark danger. Their next trial may revolve around feeding the troll.
A towering troll in a spotless uniform charges into the classroom, slamming a desk with a thunderous clang. It barks an order for the bewildered students to sit, turning the training hall into a precarious showdown. Lee Han feels his confidence shatter as fear surges, while the headmaster's steely gaze promises protection, leaving the group teetering between desperate hope and looming peril. The troll's low growl hints at a ravenous hunger ready to erupt, and the students stare at the empty tray, wondering if the beast will consume more than just their courage.
Embrace the chaos. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Garcia Kim storms onto the podium, his towering troll silhouette swallowing the lecture hall. He roars a greeting, flashes his mixed blood badge, and declares that fear has no place in a mage's heart.
Nice meeting you. I'm Garcia Kim, mixed troll. No fear.
He promises a raw ether test that will scorch every rookie. A trembling freshman clutches her belly, eyes wide, and blurts, "Do I eat humans when I'm starving?" The room erupts in snickers, and Garcia Kim winces as his joke backfires, the tension snapping like a frayed rope. Garcia Kim lifts his massive palm. A swirling blue ether sphere balloons above his head, pulsing like a heart. Garcia Kim snarls, "Uncontrolled mana will scorch the caster." He steps forward, promising a protective shield against backlash. "Practice while you still have mana," he urges.
Control it, or it will hurt you. He readies a proper demonstration.
Illuminate is the simplest spell, but it demands a month of relentless practice. Garcia Kim declares, coaxing a faint glow to bloom at his fingertip. The class watches, hearts racing, hoping to replicate the shimmer.
Illuminate requires a month of practice. Students line up, eager for their first real try.
One by one, students drop out after the fourth attempt. By the fifth, only 3 persist. The sixth whittles it to a single challenger. A frantic apprentice lunges toward Li Han, shouting a rescue. Others rally, forming a protective circle, trying to contain the runaway mana. The looming danger forces Garcia Kim into decisive action. Garcia Kim slams his hand onto the desk, glare scorching the chatter. He points at y'all, snarling, "You shut up!" The class falls silent, fearing his temper.
Be quiet, y'all idiot.
A shy student whispers a plea for after-school help. A trembling scholar steps forward, notebook clenched, whispering a desperate request for after-school guidance. Garcia Kim lifts an eyebrow, considering the plea. His odd confession hangs in the air.
Garcia Kim raises his staff, points at a trembling Li Han, and declares a second chance to unleash Illuminate amid swirling mana, turning panic into a desperate showdown. Li Han stakes his reputation on the edge of redemption, classmates clutching hope as his spell teeters between triumphant glory and crushing disgrace. Every gaze fixes on Li Han as he readies the spell, the lingering threat of rogue mana and the whispered mystery of the crazy rich student promising danger beyond the lecture hall.
The screen is fading. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Harry before it's gone.
Your mana blazes brighter than the sun. Lose it, and this academy will crumble. The Lich headmaster bellows, finger aimed at Li Han. Li Han's aura ignites the hall. A gasp ripples through the crowd as the headmaster demands a trial. The dwarf golem professor stomps forward, boots clank. A grin spreads as he assures Li Han. Li Han swallows, doubt flickers, while the professor slides a pulsing bracelet onto his hand.
No need to be worried.
The Lich headmaster leans in, murmuring about Li Han's colossal mana. He dispatches a glittering sigil to the alchemy professor, demanding non-stop surveillance. Then he quotes an ancient proverb on foolish wisdom. He sighs, shoulders slump, conceding the setback, while the professor smirks at the uneasy crowd. His gaze locks on Li Han, sensing residual mana turbulence. A looming remark threatens to expose Li Han's flaw. The professor launches the basic alchemy demo, mixing mana with a vial of liquid. Li Han hesitates, questioning if striking a partner is permissible, then vows to apologize tomorrow, foreshadowing future conflict. Li Han watches a senior channel mana into a crystal, sighs, mutters that she's rehearsed this routine, irritated by her flawless display. Crowd murmurs hint at rising tension between towers, foreshadowing trouble. Li Han surveys the courtyard, spotting dozens of students from rival towers, a massive black turtle contingent looming. He remarks on their overwhelming presence. Their eyes lock onto Li Han, making his next move critical. To the open field, noting no desks or benches. They whisper, puzzled why the lesson begins on bare ground. The professor soon explains the odds setting. Professor Ur Golem lifts a stone staff, declares the field a conduit for sensing nature's mana, crucial for true alchemy. He stresses feeling raw power outweighs rote spellwork. Li Han readies his mana bracelet for the test. Li Han raises a hand, voice shaky, asking what to do first. The professor ignores him, continuing his lecture. He prepares a mana demonstration. Li Han mutters that perhaps the field gathers materials, then dismisses the thought, eyes narrowing. His speculation shows his attempt to grasp the lesson's purpose. Professor Ur Golem hoists his stone staff, proclaiming the field a crucible where raw mana and material gathering fuse. His sneering rebuke crushing rookie Li Han's confidence. Li Han watches his aspirations crumble as the professor's contempt brands him an idiotic newcomer, stripping pride and forcing him to face his inadequacy before the looming alchemy trial. The intake now faces a looming test where raw mana alone proves useless, leaving everyone to wonder if Li Han can master material collection in time to survive the unforgiving alchemical gauntlet.
Make this your weekly ritual. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry for your guaranteed dose of action.
The prized Doko herb disappears, halting every experiment. Panic ripples through the academy halls.
Everyone assumes alchemy demands innate talent and perfect mana control.
A hushed whisper hints at a crucial skill nobody mastered. The academy's heart beats faster, fearing loss of power. The council whispers, fearing a magical famine. Mira erupts, insisting material gathering is the true test. She slams a finger on the empty shelf, eyes blazing. The team finally grasps. The forest holds the answer. The forest looms, dark and unforgiving, promising danger. Time ticks. Their supplies dwindle, urgency rising. Princess Ilia drops low, eyes scanning mossy ground. Toner raises a lantern, cutting the gloom. But a shout claims the princess's fame silences their plea, exposing class friction. Her reputation backfires, fracturing teamwork. Another voice intervenes, trying to soothe the clash. The echo of their argument fades, replaced by uneasy silence. Shadows linger, waiting for the next spark. The princess's brilliance magnetizes followers, diverting focus from the herb quest. Rivalry erupts. Mira faces a choice: join her or stay independent. Her decision could tip the odds. The forest watches, its ancient roots holding breath. Choices now carve destinies in the moss. A mutter likens gossip to an itch, warning that dissent sparks unseen ears. Shadows linger. A shadow patrol emblem glints on a bark.
A figure rockets upward, soaring above the canopy, a signal that the herb lies nearby or danger looms. Tension spikes. A massive beast suddenly prowls the clearing. The beast roars, shaking leaves and courage alike. Their pulse races, fearing imminent clash. The hunter raises his bow, flexes muscles, knocks a feathered arrow, the mossy ground. He traces faint footprints, reads wind, declares only a true tracker can find Doko.
Only a true tracker discovers Doko.
The team watches, doubting his certainty. The hunter's confidence radiates, but doubts linger. Their eyes watch, measuring his resolve. The princess scowls, bites her lip, whispers, eyes darting between hunter and tangled trees. The hunter,
once dismissed as a simple archer, lowers his bow and reveals his warden blood. A soaring silhouette bursts through the canopy, while a colossal beast looms over the clearing. The clearing trembles, as destiny hangs on a blade. Their breaths sink, preparing for the final stand. Princess Isabella's confidence cracks under the hunter's accusation, fear seeping in. She doubts her instincts versus the fractured leadership, risking her role and the mission's fate. Fear grips her, yet a spark of defiance remains. She steadies, ready to claim her destiny. As the beast prowls the clearing and the hunter's secret loyalties surface, the party must choose a leader for the Doko hunt before the creature attacks, their fate hanging on the decision. The decision looms, a knife's edge between triumph and ruin. Their future trembles, awaiting a single command. The psychological warfare in this arc is insane. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Flames roar as he scorches the undead horde, the ancient warden lineage stirring a wrathful spirit. Adam frets that Bella might blow up if he calls her a freeloader, yet he forces a brave tone, declaring his duty to shield everyone.
I'm in charge of protecting you all.
Adam will soon reveal the Dragon Patriarch's secret. Bella snaps, rejecting Adam's flimsy excuse. She demands proof, questioning why his warden blood should matter now. Their heated clash draws the team's focus away from the growing threat.
No, so what if you're from Warden?
Adam steadies himself, ready to unveil the Dragon Patriarch's purpose.
Adam scratches his scalp, forces an awkward grin, and strives to stay upbeat. He admits his rambling, yet keeps the dialogue flowing. Morale holds steady as they ready to follow the faint trail deeper. Bella exhales, reminding herself to acclimate to the mounting tension. She reassures the squad that outsiders ignore such minutiae, bolstering confidence and preventing hesitation. Then she queries the Warden Patriarch about any known sightings. Adam faces the Warden Patriarch, demanding additional intel on the beast. The Patriarch's insight could pinpoint the threat. Their forthcoming strategy hinges on his response, which may force a course correction.
Do you know more info?
Adam strides to the shallow prints, kneels, and gauges their depth. The team murmurs a quick count. 1, 2, 3, aligning their strides. Their rhythm steadies the march toward the tracks, priming them for whatever looms ahead. The hidden boar bursts from the shadows. The squad crouches beside the shallow prints. Adam points, Bella tallies 2 footprints, Nicole notes their shallowness, and they log the data. This evidence maps the creature's route. The absence of further tracks drives them deeper. The team fans out, scanning the mud. Adam sweeps away debris, finding no additional prints. Bella sighs, the trail dead ends. Lacking clues, they cannot anticipate the beast's route. They decide to move toward the ridge, oblivious to a hidden watcher. Adam points to the Warden Heir, highlighting his noble lineage. The squad nods, acknowledging the weight of a dragonblood family that once sealed spirit contracts. Their eyes flicker with cautious hope, yet the heir still doubts his skill.
That's right, he's from a famous mage family.
A teammate recites the Warden legacy. An Empire's premier mage family, masters of magic before academy enrollment. Their ancient spirit contracts bestow power at the price of emotions, rendering them both feared and revered. The team questions his control.
Are you confident?
The Warden Heir pauses, shoulders tightening. He mutters a hesitant probably. The question lingers, testing his resolve as the boar's roar reverberates nearby.
The heir launches a blue fire pulse at the charging boar, splintering the earth and exposing a hidden cavern. A glowing numeral 7 ignites, cracking the sealed doorway and unleashing a towering armored warrior. Adam feels his lineage's weight surge as he faces the beast. Bella's confidence bolsters his resolve, yet the looming ancient guardian threatens to crush his fragile hope. The armored colossus looms over the trembling squad, eyes glowing ominously, while the boar prepares another charge, leaving the Academy's fate hanging on a breath-shortening silence.
Watch who you trust. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. The ancient staff shatters the quiet, iron grip turning drills into combat. The Einroga Disso staff holds firm, ready for melee. Its unbreakable durability foreshadows a lethal trial. Li-Han locks his gaze on the massive boar. Li-Han taps into subconscious mana, channeling raw power through his staff. He slams the monstrous boar, which shrieks and collapses. The hidden surge saves him from the impossible strike. The boar's carcass still sputters, a warning of lurking dangers. Li-Han lets the staff fall. It clangs against stone. He gasps, chest heaving, as the boar's corpse lies motionless. The brutal clash proves his endurance. The elder family members ready the next trial. Li-Han notices a Dalkurd stepping forward, staff faintly glowing. Their renowned lineage raises the stakes. The staff will now channel their mana toward the herb. Li-Han hears a low chant from the elder, reinforcing the trial's authority. The chant steadies the crowd, echoing the family's legacy. It marks the start of the herb hunt. Li-Han recalls the Dalkurd lineage, advisors to the Emperor, masters of finance. Their sway makes academy trials unforgiving. His squad readies to sprint for the glowing herb under the elder's watchful gaze. Li-Han draws a thin sword, slicing a practiced dummy cleanly. The elder nods, murmuring that Li-Han's honesty and skill earn his trust. Li-Han unleashes a mana pulse, shattering the boar's torso. The creature collapses, ash scattering. The herb glows brighter, now within reach. The crowd erupts as he claims victory. The secret weapon rests in his hands, hinting at deeper power. Li-Han hoists the secret blade. Its edge hums with power. The herb beneath the ash glows brighter, hovering just out of reach. Students gasp as the crowd parts. The elder family watches from the balcony. The princess remains arms crossed, eyes sharp. Li-Han clutches the weapon, feeling mana surge. The wardens tighten their stance, ready to intervene. The arena falls silent, the next task looming. A race for the glowing herb. Li-Han raises his hand, leans in and offers help. He urges peers to study other disciplines for inspiration, promising to fuel their passion.
Listen. I'll help you get that passion and love. Take a look.
The elder instructor lifts a hand, declares the class passed, praises their talent, and orders Li-Han to join the elite class.
I'm fucked. Li-Han now faces the elite curriculum's first trial.
Li-Han erupts, gripping his staff as boar fragments surge, snatching the Doko herb in a desperate grab just as the ruthless instructor crowns him into the elite class. Mira, Leto, and Kale watch, hearts pounding, knowing their grueling hunt finally secured the vital herb, cementing their resolve while exposing them to deadly elite trials. Now the elite curriculum looms, its first trial shrouded in unknown perils, and Li-Han stands trembling, wondering which impossible challenge will finally break his newfound fame.
If you want the best narration on YouTube, you found it. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. A cursed boar rips through the academy, leaving only the cabin's quiet echo. Li-Han and Hama freeze in the courtyard as the instructor points, demanding they join alchemy. Li-Han trembles, screams he's doomed. Hama clenches fists, vows to try.
I'm screwed. Hama, I'll try my best.
Learning alchemy was my dream.
The teacher snarls, promising a brutal boar hunt to test them. Li-Han steadies, accepts the task without a word. Classmates whisper, stunned by his sudden calm. A wild boar bursts onto the field, igniting the hunt. Li-Han cleaves the boar, snatches the rare Duko herb. The teacher grins, granting a rare perk. Li-Han seizes a knife, slices smoked boar onto a wooden board. Hama slathers butter on fresh bread. Arla swirls jam in a pot. The cabin swells with a rich scent. Then Li-Han questions his own skill. Li-Han eyes the dissected meat, recalling Arla's teachings. He swallows, admits doubt about solo handling. He glances at the others, seeking reassurance.
I learned from Arla, but can I do it alone?
Hama's shout may push him into action. Hama shouts, Li-Han, across the cabin. Li-Han spins, startled, meets Hama's urgent stare. He drops the knife, primed to obey.
Li-Han!
The scroll now forces a decision. Li-Han carves smoked meat into razor-thin slices, precision surpassing expectations. Arla watches, impressed, muses his warden lineage may have taught him.
He's better than I thought. Do they learn this in the warden family?
Next, they'll test the jam's preservation power. Li-Han skins the boar, strips lean flesh, hangs it on wooden branches to dry. He grumbles, aware fresh meat is vital.
Skin off, hang lean meat on branches, ugh.
He'll soon transform the intestines into sausages. Li-Han rinses the boar intestines, trims them, stuffs the cleaned guts into natural casings, crafting raw sausages. He refuses waste, securing extra rations.
We'll turn intestines into sausages, not waste them.
Arla grabs the jam jar, eyes the faded stamp, asks, Number? Li-Han looks bewildered, unsure of the batch. The query exposes their poor record-keeping. Soon the professor arrives to praise the jam.
Number?
Their curiosity drives them to label the jam properly. The professor leans over, samples the jam, declares it delicious. He warns, eat fast. Fresh batches will be rare. The warning pushes them to savor every bite. Li-Han still debates saving any for tower classmates. They lay smoked meat, sweet jam, buttered bread on a blanket beside a babbling spring. Friends laugh, share bites, relax. The first 3 days feel like a brief holiday. Soon the tower's expectations loom. A senior steps forward, warns Ilya refusal may cost her later, says friendships fade but wealth endures, then silences them both. The headmaster's warning hints at trouble ahead. The headmaster watches, notes all three are passionate and talented yet look like troublemakers, hinting at looming disciplinary action. Their next class will test the tension. Li-Han, Arla, and Hama reach the forest cabin. A senior places a sealed crate of smoked boar on the table. The headmaster slams a thick alchemy tome beside them. Li-Han rubs his forehead, bracing for work. Li-Han now faces the upcoming alchemy test. Li-Han flips open the massive alchemy book. Complex diagrams flood the pages. He winces, thinking, I'll get endless headaches now. The daunting material signals a brutal exam. The class soon begins the alchemical dissection of the boar.
A senior slams a sealed crate of smoked boar onto the table. The headmaster drops a towering alchemy tome beside it, demanding the trio start a deadly, profit-driven experiment. Li-Han feels ambition clash with conscience as Arla refuses to gift food and Hama challenges noble pride, pushing them toward betrayal, risking friendship for greed or integrity. As the thick alchemy book opens, cryptic diagrams glare back, and the senior's warning looms. Will the trio forge profit from the cursed boar or unleash a disaster that shatters their standing?
Videos like this get buried all the time. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Harry so we don't lose each other.